Uh, well, just a little update. We made it to October. Surprise, surprise. Didn't really think I would get this far. Can't say I'm enjoying it all that much. Constant pain and dread. You know, the rain came last night and I realised that the good weather is going to come to an end. Already it's dark for 13 or 14 hours every night. Uh, which leads to a depressing situation, sitting in the tent in the cold, dark, damp, uh, leaves me running through my memory, this can't be right, look at all the hard work I put in this location, in that location, in the other location, did an awful lot of work and never got the fruits of my work, never got to enjoy what I was expecting. But haven't quite given up on a happy ending, although the realist within me says that's absurd. Happy ending. Life is tragic, and this is the tragic end of your life, pal. Yeah, constant toothache, extremely tired all the time. Managed to break the main pole on my tent yesterday, being a bit too brutish, moving around. Uh, Ali is attacking other dogs. It's getting to the point where even I would agree it's vicious. That really upsets me because I don't know how to handle it. Me, with all my skills, I don't know how to handle that. Maybe if we went over to the other side of town and found a dog that had previously been friendly, don't even know how to do that now. I managed to score some weed and got a very good lift out of it, but it seems like most of the people that I meet that have got weed are suspicious of me after all I've been through. So I'm sorry this is not all that much good news, but I soldier on. I keep love and affection as my top priorities every day, playing with the dog, although as I say that's getting complicated by her antisocial behaviour. uh, I'm surprised at how old I am. It's as if the age was stalking me all my life and then just suddenly leapt and overtook me and wallop, there you are, tired out. I won't waffle on about my dreams and how I hope for something good to happen. Good things happen on a daily basis. My social situation, living in a tent at a busy traffic junction, it's unreal. It's hard to believe, you know. I just feel it's so unreal. You know, if I look at myself as others must see me, I have to conclude that I'm a weird person. I'm crazy. I'm off my head. I always have been. I know that I'm harmless. Uh, it's unlikely that I'm going to get into another relationship because I'm a very intense person, and most people in the correct age group already have their own weirdnesses and mental health uh, difficulties. Yeah, well, this is the last of the summer sunshine. We made it to October. It's been exceedingly good weather this summer. Uh, we wouldn't have made it this far otherwise. I I don't want to get frantic anymore, you know, oh, we've got to handle things right away, or it's all going to go wrong. It is going to go wrong. All we can do is scrape as much right out of it as we can before it does go wrong. I'm not going to see my great life ambitions realised. Uh, I've done as much as I can with this life. You can only play with the cards you're dealt. It's nice to see other people enjoying life. I must look so weird that they can't include me in their reality easily. I mean, there are very few people of my age still in any shape, in good shape. Oh well, there's the sun going off behind the tree. Nothing really important to say. It has been a lot of fun. What has been keeping me going for a few years now is the dog, the computer, and the marijuana. Well, in the last few months, very little marijuana, very little computer, dog all day. Yeah. Uh, and when I stop to look back at the various adventures I've had and what I was planning and working on that nearly happened and didn't happen, and the people that I loved or trusted who let me down, well, it makes it a waste of time looking back. I can't even look back at my glories without getting involved in that sort of stuff. And here's another dog being exceedingly sociable and friendly, and that's so scary for me because my dog used to love that. So I won't whinge anymore. I don't even know who I'm talking to anymore, you know. Since I started recording video in 1984, I believed I would eventually get all that material to someone who would think it was exceedingly valuable because I've been very honest throughout. I've done my best to impress this someone who would want to know all this. I've learned too much about history. Most of our heroes died tragically. Many inventors died penniless. Many great men have gone down the toilet before they died. It's hard to think of anyone who has survived. You know, Charlie Chaplin was lucky to have got off the scene before the anti-paedophile army got launched. You know, what a distraction, what a red herring that was. That was introduced in the late 90s. It was actually to distract the public from the real issues. In the late 90s, the real big issue was cannabis. Cannabis threatened to uncover all the corruption of the last 2,000 years. Just like Bob Marley said, 2,000 years of history cannot be swept away so easily, certainly not when examined by someone who is very high. Right, well, the cannabis was pushed off the position of top priority, and society's top priority became defeating terrorism, which has been the justification for 3 or 4 wars since then, and cleaning up this horrible plague of paedophiles and sex offenders that our country apparently suffers from. Total distraction. keep the people confused and distracted. Whereas if we could all just make access to ganja when we want to without getting excessive and use it wisely as demonstrated by others who have used it wisely, then we could soon get most of these problems in the world sorted out and create a heaven on earth. Who wants it? There's not a lot of profit in it. You can't sell a lot of beer or wine or whiskey to people who are already very happy and contented with their healthy lifestyles. You can't launch wars using people who are happily engaging in social, loving, affectionate friendship and relationships. The Bible predicted that the great war capitalism machine would be brought down by the faithful. How's it going to happen? You know, I wouldn't mind talking to Russell Brand about revolution, but we have a job doing it now, you know. We cannot do it as a public demonstration. So many laws have been passed, and so much covert intelligence, you know, watching people's Facebook and YouTube accounts and neutralizing anybody who could gather support before they do. It's unlikely. I wish you all the best. I shouldn't be so bitter. Nobody gets 100%. I've had a great life. It's still great. I just would like a bit of weed so that I can spend my last days riding above the toothache, you know. Well, fingers crossed. As I said, or as someone said, hope for the best and prepare for the worst. The worst is that I will just carry on and one day not wake up in my tent. I don't want a partial collapse where I have to be hospitalized or supported by machines. I really do need intensive care, but personally I've always survived best when I'm providing care for someone else. That's when I'm less aware of my own problems. Yeah, I even dread moving indoors because if I suddenly move into a flat, I'm likely to just collapse and go, phew, oh, look at all the things that are wrong. Because while I've been struggling against big problems like the weather, I have been ignoring my physical pains and illness. No doctor has even heard of them. So there it is. Stop whining. It's a beautiful life. I am very lucky to have got to 63. It's more than I could have used. I like the world as I now see it, and I like most of the people that I now see in this world, and I wish them well. And I take pride in knowing that I helped to make things this good. You've still got a lot of problems. Life is struggle. If you solved all the problems, there would be nothing left to do. But I think healthy people can bring their kids up in a much happier world than they had themselves. And I must remember to smile all the way. Yeah, love you. Yeah, and I mean you. Yeah, enjoy yourself. They say the truth will set you free, but there's an awful lot of evil bastards determined to make lies prevail and to destroy the whistleblowers with the usual dirty tricks that have been used all down through history. Judas Iscariot was one of Jesus' main followers, one of his disciples. Let's face it, Judas grasped up the man that he wanted to learn from. What a world. I'll stop whining now. Cherry bye. Maybe more. I'll see if I get some done.